Today, I'm going to talk about believe in yourself, and believe is an action. And I'm just going to tell you why you need to do that. And I have to say, it's a privilege to me to be able to speak in front of you right here. Why? Because, well, I don't know your names, and then you've really never met me before. And now that we're here, face to face, you're now watching me on YouTube. So to me, it's a very special, okay, especially in the digital world that we live in today. I'm just going to ask you to do one thing right now, okay? Try to think what brought you here today, okay? Try to think back as far as you can. What was the very first thing that brought you here today? Was it a thought? Or was it some promotional material that you saw in corridor or on Facebook? Or was it because of me, you know? Or for some of our international guests here, was it an airplane that you took some years ago to Taiwan? Or maybe you just came here without thinking too much. But whatever the reason, okay, whatever that brought you here, it was you, it was the very you that made the decision to come here. That you made the decision to pick up your feet and drag your body from the bedroom that you were in today, this morning, to the seat that you're in right now. And you believed in that decision, whether consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously. And there's an old saying, seeing is believing. I'm sure that everyone knows this, okay? Seeing is believing. So let's just look at some examples. Right. What I'm going to do, what I'm going to ask you is to focus on one of the three yellow dots. Okay, look real hard. Okay, look real hard. Just one of the three yellow dots. Just focus on one. If you look hard enough, the other two yellow dots will disappear. Anyone see that? Does anyone see that? Did the other two yellow dots disappear? Put your hand up if you notice the two other yellow dots disappear. Yes? Good. So, now do you still believe your eyes? Or is your brain trying to deceive you? Let's just take a look at another example. I believe some of you guys have seen this animation before. Some of you will see this figure rotating one way. Some of you will see this figure rotating the other way. Okay, it doesn't really matter which way you see it, because your brains process images, differently. But check this out. Once you see this image on the left, the image in the middle is rotating in the same way as the one on the left. And now next, it's going to be a little slightly confusing. So focus on the image in the middle. Which way is it rotating right now? Is it still rotating the same way as you saw it? Or is it now rotating in a different way than before? And it's quite interesting, because your eyes are telling you one thing, and yet your brain is telling you another. So it is very easy for you to believe in something. It's actually easier than you think to believe in something. And right now I'm going to demonstrate that by playing a little game with you. Okay, the game is called Two Truths and a Lie. Basically, I'm going to give you three statements about myself. I'm going to give you three statements about myself, and one of the statements is a false one. One of the statements is a false one, and you're just going to have to guess which of the statements is a lie. Okay, and it's a great game for ice breaking. For when you need to introduce yourself, and then playing this game is going to warm us up. So here it goes. Right, here are the three statements. First, I once did a full marathon within 4 hours. I was born in the year of 1984, and I can play drums and guitar. Okay, now you just have to make up your mind. So who here thinks the first one is a false statement? Put your hand up. Okay, very few of you. That's good. That means you believe I can do a marathon in 4 hours. Okay? Who here thinks the second one is the false one? Put your hand up. Okay, that's good. So I don't know if you think I look older or younger, No, the third one, who thinks it's a false one? The third one's a lie. Okay, most of you think the third one's a lie. So do you think I'm going to lie about my physical ability, or about my age, or about my hidden talents? But I'm going to tell you, they are all lies. I'm sorry. I never done a marathon, okay, never. And in fact, running is one of my least sports, one of my least exercise. I don't like running at all. And I wasn't born in the year of 1984, but I'm not going to tell you which year I was born in. You can come talk to me afterwards. And I don't know how to play drums. I can only play guitar. And quite frankly, my skill with the guitar is quite bad. I can play a little bit of guitar, but I don't know how to play drums. So you see what I'm doing here? By misleading you, by confusing you, you actually believed in something that wasn't true. Okay? So believing in something is actually easier than you realize. It's actually easier than you realize. And if you believe me, why can't you do it to yourself? Okay, why can't you do it to yourself? And according to Pamela Mayer, okay, with her TED Talk, this is quite a famous TED Talk on TED.com. You can check this out. Her speech was about how to spot a liar. And she said, lying is a cooperative act. Lying is a cooperative act. When someone tells a lie, like I did, when someone tells a lie, it takes another person, you, to believe in the lie. So the lie would take some effect. So the lie itself has no power unless someone chooses to believe it. Okay, so the whole point is not about what people say. The whole point is about what you choose to believe. Okay, try to memorize this. The whole point is not about what people say, not what they say. It's about what you choose to believe in. Okay? And a minute ago, you just believed two of these three false statements. Okay, you just believe two of these three false statements. And to believe in one thing, you need to disbelieve in other things first. So, for example, some of you didn't believe I could run a full marathon. Some of you didn't believe I was born in the year of 1984. Okay, because you disbelieve in something, you naturally believe in other things. Okay, so you believed me. You believed me. So you can and you should believe yourself without second thoughts. Without second thoughts. So let's just look at how you can believe yourself. How to believe yourself. Okay, it's a very big question. It's a very vague question as well. And with today's technology, you can ask questions to Google. I'm sure all of you do that all the time. Okay, so we can do the same thing to this. Google, okay, gave us just over 300 million results. Wow. I mean, if you ask the same question to me, I couldn't even give you one concrete answer. Okay, I can't even really tell you how you can believe in yourself with a concrete answer. So you guys would probably expect me to tell you some, stories about me to make you inspired, or I could share some inspirational quotes. For example, this one, stay true to who you are. But what does that really mean? What does stay true to who you are really mean? If you don't think about it, if you don't do anything about it. There's words, okay? They are meaningless words if you don't think about it. And I could, throw all kinds of quotes like this at you. And then you think, yeah, look, come on. The more you believe in yourself, the more the world believes in you. What does that mean? If you don't think about it, if you don't do anything about it. Okay? So instead of telling stories about me, or instead of telling you these so-called inspirational quotes, I'm just going to give you one number: 14,600. Okay, 14600, 14,600. This is the number of days. This is the number of days that most of us would have to work for until we retire. Okay, so what are you going to do in that time? What are you going to do in that time? So you think, wow, 14,000, that's a lot. No, not really. So what are you going to do in that time? Are you going to change something? Are you going to set yourself a goal and try to achieve it? Or are you going to believe in yourself that you can do something? And why are you're still thinking that? Why are you still trying to make up your mind? The time is already ticking. The time is already ticking. Okay? So you need to do it fast. And in fact, you need to do it now. So what am I going to do to tell you guys? You need to figure out what you want to do and who you want to be. And you need to figure out what you are capable of. And you need to connect. You need to connect your idea and what you can do together. Okay? And you need to build a bridge. You need to build a bridge between your idea and between what you can do and what you're capable of doing. Okay? Okay. So here it is. It doesn't really matter what you want to do or who you want to be. You just need to have something to start with. You just need to have something to start with. And then you need to just think what you can do in your own capacity. So for example, you can say, well, I can speak English, or I can speak Chinese. Every little thing that you can do. You can write them down in a list. And try to build a connection between what you want to do, who you want to be, and what you can do. And the length of the bridge depends on how far apart your idea and what you can do are between each other. Okay, so I'm going to give you some example. Okay, right. This is when I was in my senior high school. Okay, I wanted to be an artist. It's true. Okay, I know I told you some lies, but this is true. I wanted to be an artist, and like most parents would tell you, really? Are you sure you want to be an artist? Okay. And I knew I could write some computer programs. So I had to make some link. I had to make some connection between an artist and computer programs. So I decided I decided to do web and multimedia for my undergraduate degree. So yes, I made some compromise. But that way, I could stay true to who I am. I could stay true to what I want to do, who I want to be. And there's nothing wrong, okay? There's nothing wrong making compromise. And there's nothing wrong that you change what you want to do or who you want to be every now and then, as long as you know where your goal is. And then if you believe, and if you start doing it, if you start making the bridge, that's the moment where you start believing in yourself. Okay, that's the moment where you start believing in yourself. So that's some years ago. Right now, I have a different vision. I want to change things for the better. Okay, it's very big. It sounds very big, but no, that's not the whole idea. What I mean by change things for the better, I want to make every little thing around me just a little bit better. And I want to make people around me just a little bit better. Okay, I don't want to take big steps. I take very, very tiny steps, one at a time. And what could I do? Well, I know I'm very talkative, and I like to share things with passion. This is what I do. This is what I can do. So how do I connect these two things? Well, I do it by giving. So I give by teaching. Okay, now I'm a teacher. It's good. So I want to change my students. I want to help them. I want to help them shape their futures, shape their careers. I hope I can influence them in some way. And I also give by cooking. Okay, I love cooking. I cook with passion. So if someday I decided not to stop being a teacher, I can be a chef, you know. And I invite friends around. I cook them a nice meal, you know, to make them feel nice. And then to make our bonds stronger. And I also give by helping people, whatever it took me to help them. Even if it's just 1 second or a year, depending on what kind of help it is going to be. Okay, so today, I started off by wanting to make yourself believe in yourself. That's what I want to do. And what could I do then? Well, this morning I got up, I realized I'm free today. So, here I am. I hope what I just said will make some impact. But then, what I want to also tell you, it's not really about what I said. It's about what you choose to believe in. Okay, don't listen to me. Listen to yourself. Okay, it's really not about what I just said. You know, I told you lies, but at the same time, I told you some truths. So it's really up to you to choose what you want to believe in. And once you believe in something, you bridge what you can do and what you believe in, and you turn belief into an action. And you need to do it. You need to do it now. Why? Because the time is still ticking. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.